It's a country dotted with tourist paradise, but in recent years we have seen images coming from Egypt which has kind of dented the image of the country. With me is the Minister of Tourism of Egypt. So welcome to Doordarshan News. So first thing, what will you say to Indian people that why should they come to Egypt?
Well, first of all, the media was not too kind, as you just mentioned, because they summed 1 million square kilometers of Egypt. That's the total space of Egypt into 1 kilometer of Tahrir Square, and the rest of the country and the rest of the paradise you mentioned and the locations, touristic locations, even in Cairo itself, the pyramids, the Egyptian Museum, etc., is very safe, is very calm, and people are extremely welcomed. I know that the Indians would like to come to Egypt to visit our cultural heritage, the Nile, the temples in Luxor and Aswan, the Giza pyramids and Sphinx, etc. So all this is still there. It is calm, and people, the Egyptians are welcoming, and they love to see Indians coming over there. So I'm inviting everybody to come. We're easing visa restrictions, and we're trying to get more connectivity, air connectivity.
So there are plans to give visa on arrivals
Yes.
to Indian tourists. What is the update on that?
Well, the latest is we got an initial okay from the rest of the government circles to extend visa upon arrival for anybody that is holding any kind of international visa like Schengen, UK visa, US visa, etc. He is most welcome to come and take the visa upon arrival in the airport or any airport in Egypt.
So special benefits to Indian tourists. Any kind of you planning to?
Well, this is the first thing because there was this barrier, and we'll even lift more and ease off more restrictions in that respect. And we're extending some very good value for money packages in Egypt, both on the cultural side or on the fun side.
So, but in the past, we have seen that Egypt has given more emphasis on European tourists. 25% of your, actually 75% of your tourists are from Europe. You haven't looked to the east of your country. Why so? But
I think this is a grave mistake. I started to realize only 3.5% we receive from the total Asia, compared to 75, as you mentioned, or 73% from Europe. Europe, because of proximity, 3 hours or so, you're in Egypt, so that's the reason. However, we are now focusing more on Asia at large, India in particular, and we're trying to see what are the kind of problems and hurdles to take off and extend more facilities to get more share of the Indian market into Egypt.
yeah, and so last question. There is special talk of green tourism in Egypt. Can you just elaborate on that?
Well, basically, in a nutshell, it means that we are trying to take care both of our cultural heritage that stood for more than 5,000 years. You know, the paintings and the temples are still with vivid colors to date. So we need to focus on, not because of the increasing traffic of tourists coming to Egypt, to spoil this kind of heritage that we have. So carrying capacity studies are being done.
Hopefully, India will learn something from that. So that was the Minister of Tourism of Egypt talking to DD News, and hopefully more of Indians will be visiting Egypt sooner or later. Sidhant, Sibal, DD News.